for Royston, Enfield, Walthamstow and Welwyn Garden City, to name but a few. And he was sent off against the Poppies last season in that 3-1 win of Bedford's at Bedford, which is ironic, as Eddie Panther was also sent off in the reverse at Latimer Park in that 1-1 draw. This is our ninth game on a 3G surface this season. We've won 2 and drawn 1. The last win 3-1 away at St Ives. The Suds have yet to win a game in 2026. Their last one was December the 20th at Redditch United, 12 games ago, which has included 11 defeats. Playing for the Suds is former Poppy Finn Corrigan, who had 3 games for the Poppies earlier in the season. I'm going to put a damper on things now. Poppies have won here twice 1-0 in the last 2 seasons. Hopefully they can make it a third time lucky. Tuesday night was the first time the Poppies had failed to score in a league game since November the 22nd versus Bromsgrove Sporting. That was 3-0, and that was 14 games ago. The Suds lost here on March the 3rd against Stanford 3-1. Bromsgrove Sporting away 5-3. Here against Leiston 3-0. They drew against Worcester City away, a very good point at Worcester. Lost to Spalding just 1-0, which was another good result. But their form has put them in the relegation position, along with Royston Town, at the moment are the favourites to leave this division. Since we were here last season, Sudbury have had another 3G pitch on our right-hand side. They have got 2 of them, and they really are an up-and-coming club. It will be sorry to see them go down, should they go down this season. Kettering's team can only name 4 substitutes, but it's Paul White in goal, 3 Benjamin Isaac, 4 George Kasai, 5 making his debut Carl Mensah, 7 Wes York, 10 Ed Panther, 15 Lewis Coyle, 16 Blaine Rowe, 20 William Van Leer, 21 Preston Bittermo, 22 Alfie Lewis. Your 4 subs today are 9 Nathan Jeshe, 11 Kai Williams, 17 Ishmael Patajo, and 19 Kai Fifield. Your referee this afternoon, Joshua Evans. And alongside me, in a few moments, will be head of media, Doug Brown, who's listening to make sure we've got everything connected. Welcome, Doug. Good journey down.
Yes, indeed, Paul. Yes, down to sunny Suffolk, which it is indeed. I think they've had rain, they've had hailstones, they've had tropical weather this morning. So it's a bit wet underfoot, but nevertheless, it's a bright day here, and really looking forward to the game. It should be fantastic, especially as we've got a double header. We have to play them again on Tuesday, but the weather will be different. But I think it's a great day on this 3G pitch for some good, entertaining football.
Yeah, manager is Tommy Austin for the Suds. They are in 21st position, 22 points from 33 games. Poppies have won 3, lost 1 and drawn 1 of the last 5 games, 10 points, where the Suds have lost 4 and drawn 1. They started the season off with a 2-win against Redditch United, but since then they've been very, very infrequent with their wins. Last season, it was Jermaine Pennant, the hero, in the final moments of the game for the Poppies to win that 1-3-1. And the season before, Michael Raindar scored the 1-0 winner as well. So we will have to wait and see how this afternoon permeates, but all being well, Kettering playing in blue and white hoops, and it is getting ready now to come out there in yellow and blue are the Suds. And we've got Peter Short moaning that we didn't give him a cup of tea, but he is off to take his photos, and the teams are on the left-hand side coming out of the tunnel. Getting ready to start this, let's say, sunny afternoon. There are clouds in the sky. I've not been here before. It's 4 sides I've got stands, 2 behind the goals, fully covered all the way behind. A small stand opposite, and the main stand with the clubhouse on this right-hand side. We're in the centre of the park, and got a good view as the Suds will be wanting to gain their first win of 2026. And keep a bit of pressure on Liam McDonald's side, who succumbed 2-0 to Altchurch on Tuesday. And as I said earlier, we want to bounce back from that and get back into the winning format. and hopefully push for that last promotion place. It's really out of our grasp to a certain extent, but it's still within touching distance if everything goes right. Again, we're happy to wait and see on that one. No Andy Thanodge in the side. No Andow in the side. He was injured, I think, on Tuesday. And no Alexander, obviously. We're right underneath the tannoy. So we will stop at various times as it is very loud as the teams line up in front of us for the traditional handshakes. Kettering playing in their blue and white hoops, light blue shorts and socks. Sudbury in yellow and blue and yellow socks. The handshakes are going on. We're getting ready for this pitching in Southern League Premier Central game. Kettering Town against Sudbury. You can hear it live here on Poppy's TV audio with myself, Paul Cook, and Doug Brown, your head of media.
Yes, thank you, Paul. We're just, as Paul mentioned, we're right under the tannoy, but both sides have just broken. We'll see what the formation looks like now with new Carl Menzer, who has joined us from Bedford. So that should be straight into the team. He's, I would say, a giant of a man. I think he looks. If we thought that Jay Alexander was certainly tall, when it comes to Carl Menzer, he's certainly towering there in the Poppy central defence. Just getting a high five there from Nick Green. I don't know what Nick Green's doing on the pitch, but let's get him off. And the team's just getting sorted out with Sudbury going into the usual huddle just before the games, and should be a good match actually, Paul. I think it's all the conditions, everything else is to play for.
It is indeed. Going back to Menzer there, he's a towering personality, isn't he? He was excellent against us for Bedford in both games last season, albeit he was sent off at the New Erie in the 3-1 win Bedford had over Kettering. But he towers over everybody else, and hopefully he'll be as good as the other Bedford players have been since they've joined the Poppies. George Forsyth in the centre with captain Charlie Lewis of the Suds. And we're getting ready to kick off here. Hope you're coming in. We're coming in loud and clear. Drop us a line if you want to. We can read out a few of your messages if we can read them. It is quite small with my eyesight, to be honest. But we'll see what we can do. Doug's got better eyesight than me, so he can read them out.
2020 fighter pilot, not
Spitfire or Swap with Camel.
I'll say no more.
Yeah, it's going to be the Suds to kick off. Then they'll be kicking from left to right. And looking around, it's normally all red, black and white. There's not a lot of Sudbury fans in here. Looking over my right-hand side, a few yellow and blue scarves. But a lot of Poppies fans have travelled. And it was a decent journey, no hold-ups. And it is Marcel Lewis over the ball for the visitors, getting ready to kick off. Referee looking at his watch. And we are getting ready for this game. We'll try and bring you some scores for the games as we go through the afternoon. This is the most important one. Referee signalling to both goalkeepers and to the assistants, and we're off. And Lewis fires the ball straight away to Mackenzie, but it's headed out. And it's hoofed into Kettering's half. That's Menzer's first touch, a header towards Van Leer. He can't control it. It's now over with Rowe on the far side. He's found Van Leer. Only Panther up front. The ball's played through the Panther, but it's cut out by a Ligbo. And that's a throw in on the far side. Dugouts quite distance between them. And ball is pumped forward. And it is a throw in on that far side for the Poppies. Rowe will probably go for a long one, which he is doing. And we've got it up for the Poppies by Lewis Coyle. And the giant Menzer towering over everybody, to be honest. So the number 15 there, Dittmar, is quite tall for the opposition. They're now with each other. They're about the same size, which are the giant type stuff. As the ball comes in towards Menzer, he gets the back header. Belsi gets the back header. There's Panther, quite a shot over his head, but it's marshalled away. And tries a handball, nothing given. Headed out towards the Marcel Lewis back into the Suds half. And they get the ball away through ex-Poppy Corrigan, but only straight through to Lewis. Lewis to the side to Isaacson. Isaacson on his left-hand side plays it in the centre to the side. The side the captain sends it long for Bitterman on that far side. He chests it down well under pressure, then gets the ball out for a throw-in. Looks like there's been a bit of rain or water on the pitch. This near side, anyway, looks like damp, which would be good for the PG surface. It's not going to be as bouncy, let's say, as they can be. Throwing them through Suds on the far side, won by Mensa. Side gets second header. Sent out wide by the Suds. Coyle having to beat Pearce to it, but he puts the ball out. Pearce pressurised him. Good work there from Liam Pearce with the home side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 8 rounds behind the goal. Yellow. Right, has it been into the 3rd minute of this game? This is the Pop TV order, sponsored by Eldred's Brewery. The throwing comes in by Pearce. Headed out by Mensa. And it goes over everybody. Out is Paul White. Delivers the ball high, only Panther up front, and he keeps it in, but in doing so, keeps the ball away, but then blocked by Bitterman. He's robbed also. Mensa underneath it, good header for him, on behind Van Leer, who he does. Van Leer pumped the ball forward for Panther, who's judged to be offside. Marginal decision there.
Well, that was tight, Paul. I tell you, that was really tight. Lovely ball there from William Van Leer, just in his own half, pumped it over the advancing defence there, but interesting. Kettering that's playing a 3-4-3 here with four sides moving into midfield with the arrival of Carl Mensa. So same formation, just different player. Let's see what happens. It's Kettering get a free kick right on the far side in front of the away dugout.
Indeed, the side waiting to get the ball, which he's got now. It's the referee for it. Delivers the free kick towards Panther, but it's not going to beat Peters on that one. It is a throw in to the home side on the far side. And then the scoop away as the goalkeeper Coyle comes over to collect the ball. It's in fact a free kick. There's a collision over there. Distance away, but
It was just Panther being a bit aggressive, I think, over there. So good to see him challenging the ball early.
Kick had been taken, and then she will be a little offside goes. It's a free kick to Bottoms. Of course, they want to bounce back from that disappointing defeat on Tuesday in front of their home fans. It wasn't there, but even I can see that from this range. Only reached about 20 yards. Mensa was going to take it quickly, then decided not to under pressure from McKenzie. Mensa, the new boy, on the loan from the Eagles, allows Paul White to come and take it now. He can run out of his area. It's halfway in Kettering's half on that far side. White then dresses the ball, sends it long towards Van Leer. Van Leer can't stop it from going out. He has done well, actually. And he delivers the ball back to Bitterman. Bitterman put the ball in. He's headed out. A chance here for Lewis. Couldn't take the chance. And there is York. Puts the ball over. Goes over everybody. It's back at Bitterman. It's cleared by Sudbury and towards Rowe. There is the number 8 McQueen and Mulqueen, shall I say, not McQueen, but Mulqueen. And it is just throwing just inside half on the far side. 0-0 into the 6th minute. No goalkeeper afternoon yet, thankfully. Nice bright afternoon here. Cool in Suffolk. Cloud everywhere as well. Hopefully they can skate with the weather. Ball bounces out. Ball wide, stops it from going out for a goal kick. Dribbles the ball back in and plays it to Isaacson. Isaacson moving forward. Isaacson's got Coyle ready to use it. Comes inside, plays it to the side. Lewis. Squares it to Rowe on the far side. Rowe now coming forward. plays it to Bittermo on the wing. Bittermo has to play the ball back to Mensah. Mensah. That's just walks the ball. Ways for his options, sends it out wide, goes behind Coyle, who couldn't keep it in. And that will be a throw in to the Suds. A few yards finished there, but a good throw in towards Mackenzie. Mackenzie tries a shot. It's still dangerous as the side gets a touch on there. The chance here. Up goes the flag, though. And it will be an offside decision. Free kick to Kettering, 0-0. 7 minutes.
Indeed, Liam Pearce has done very well there for the Suds down the right hand side. Bit of a battle with Lewis Coyle down here, but a couple of attacks, which is good. Obviously, their record at the moment is poor, but they expect to hopefully pick up the 3 points here. But it's never given. So the ball's pumped up into their own half here, headed back by Peters, and it's picked up by Panther. Panther on the right hand side gets the ball across, but you're cut out almost Keystone Cop-wise by the Suds in terms of Charlie Lewis, the captain. He's getting pushed all the way back. Planley is pushing him towards that. Of course, I'll get the header back, and it's all the way back on the far side for Rowe.
Rowe then advancing forward, gets it to Gilligan on the far side. He's done well to beat this man and loses it. This is the vital time as Detmar is battling with Panther and as well, getting a corner out of it with Van Leer, not Panther, playing the ball onto Detmar. It's a corner to Kettering on that far side. Coyle going over to take it. Chance here, and I think Mensah will be relishing this with Mensah and Isaacson at that back post. They're taking a short one though. Bittermo puts the ball in. He's headed out, and Isaacson is going to allow that to go out for a throw in right in front of Peter Short, who hasn't taken a photo. And Isaacson back to Coyle. So Isaacson on his left-hand side, he pumps the ball into the penalty area towards Mensah at the back post. He turns offside as Panther rifles the ball into the net, but to no avail. Up goes the flag, and the scoreline remains 0-0.
It does indeed, but I think that move just illustrates, I think, Paul, just a little bit about what Kettering are going to be trying to do, which is actually try and get the knock-ons for Panther. But Panther's all on his own, as he was on Tuesday, really. He's ploughing a lonely furrow, even on the 3G pitch, to be able to do what he does best. And the long balls on Tuesday just didn't work. So hopefully give him a bit of support with this new formation. Meanwhile, Sudbury come forward, but it's picked up. Sudbury there by Paul White, picks that out and cuts it out to Mensah. It's under pressure. Puts it all the way back to Paul White again, and we're off for another attack. This time with Isaacson. Isaacson drops down.
After Coyle to Mensah. Mensah coming forward. And then the mule back at Mensah. It's the Isaacson forward over the halfway line into the Subs half. And the out to Coyle is offside. Goes the flag. They can have a word offside out at the moment. In 3 or 4 times. So, get the hands behind the goal. Half and half. Around 240, I would say. Goalkeeper toying with the ball. Sends it long towards Mensah. Mensah gets it to Rowe. Van Leer does well as Lewis comes away with the ball. Then Luke gets it to York, who then is fouled, tugged back by former player Corrigan. And there will be a free kick, and Corrigan goes into the book for that tug back on Wes York, the first misdemeanor of the afternoon. Is that one no good then? Rowe on that far side, then he's got Bittermo with him, who he uses. Bittermo hugging that byline, plays it back to Lewis. Lewis turns, loses his man, gets it through to Rowe. Rowe trying to find Bittermo. It's cut out by the Suds, then won back by Blaine Rowe. Rowe puts the ball over, it goes behind everybody and out by Peters, only towards the side. He juggles the ball back to Coyle. Coyle back to Isaacson. Isaacson finds Mensah. Rowe on that touchline. Back to Mensah, who's strolling forward. Squares it to Forsyth. Forsyth is the captain. Puts it out wide to Coyle. Coyle back to Forsyth. Forsyth squares it to Rowe. Rowe, though, has to play the ball back to Paul White, which he does. White just slows play down a little bit, kicks the ball in front of him a few yards, and there's not a lot of movement for him at the moment. Hope my Dalek impressions have stopped. And it is Bitterbow on that far side to Lewis. Lewis, he turns. Under pressure, has to get the ball back, and he finds Mensah, who leaves it for White. White sends it long for Panther. Panther is offside, and Lions were getting a bit of stick from the Kettering faithful over there. That's 4 times he's raised his flag. A bit harsh, probably a millimetre in it, Doug.
Probably a millimetre, but certainly it was off. It was a valid centimetre there, I think, or even a millimetre. But meanwhile, Finn Corrigan, who's just been booked for Sudbury, plays the ball out. It goes as far as number 6 here, but he shakes it off his feet, but cleared again to Rowe. Rowe plays it back to Paul White. But Bitterbow loses it, and it trickles out for a throw-in on the far side. Certainly Sudbury, although their pass record doesn't show it, they are capable of scoring quite a few goals, but not necessarily finishing the game with the right result. So it should be interesting, Paul, to see how we get on today.
Yeah, they got 3 against Bromsgrove, but they got 5, and they do look good going forward. Corrigan, then, the ex-Poppy, sprays it out wide to Pearce. He left-footedly puts the ball in. The shot comes in here. Paul White scramble and dives. Good save from White. And a good shot there from Sudbury. Kept in play by Kettering. White was alert. First serious shot from either side as Isaacson tries to send Coyle away. Overhit. And even Harry Redknapp's horse wouldn't get that one.
He certainly wouldn't. But it seems to be a bit of a pattern that Kettering are quite happy just to launch the ball forward and hope for either Coyle or Panther or even Van Leer, I wouldn't say Wes York, to run onto the ball and see what they can do with it. I think if they try and play it through, they might get more success. But it's a throw-in down to our left-hand side. It goes all the way back to Liam Coyne in the Suds goal. And they are starting to build again. But a really good attack there earlier from the Suds, and they got a first shot on goal.
Foul just on the far side there on a Sudbury player. Player be brought back for a free kick. And Finley Ligbo gets up. It's been taken quickly. And Sudbury coming away with the ball now, sending it long into Kettering's half. Cut out, though, by Isaacson. Gets it to Forsyth. Forsyth sending it on to Panther. This time he is onside, Panther. Panther, can you get the ball in? Panther, 1-0. Excellent goal from Panther. Ball came through, 1-on-1. This time no bump to displace him. No bobble. And he dispatched it past Liam Coyle. Kettering take the lead. Panther gets his 9th.
He took it really well with aplomb and ease there. He took his time. It was straight on, one-on-one with the goalkeeper there, straight over the D of the 18-yard box, and he slotted it home. Coyne had no chance with that one, and it's 1-0 to the Poppies here. There's 16 minutes gone.
The golden goal is 16 minutes. My ticket says 77. So absolute waste of money, that one. But don't care. Panther puts us ahead. And very well taken indeed, and shows what he can do up front. He scored a hat-trick, remember, at St Ives on their 3G surface. He obviously likes them.
Indeed.
And early doors, 1-0 to the Poppies as Marcel Lewis gets the ball to Corrigan, plays it out wide towards Pearce. He wins the header, won by Isaacson, only towards the number 8 there. Mulqueen gets it out to Pearce. Pearce down by the corner flag, comes inside and is marshalled out. A foul. Penalty. Isaacson gives the penalty away, fouling Pearce. And the referee, no hesitation whatsoever. He was going nowhere, was the Sudbury player. Is almost off the pitch, brings him down. The referee's right, it's a penalty. And I think Paul White has a good record with penalty saves. That is the 9th penalty Kettering have conceded this season, and they're 8th away from home. There's a bit of argument here. The referee is going over to speak to the assistant.
I think they're just debating whether the ball was already out at that point, but I don't think that's going to stop them.
Well, they'll give the penalty. There's no doubt about it. So they would never reverse the decision, not at this level. And yeah, it is a penalty. Kettering players look a bit crestfallen there as they thought the ball was out of play. But the referee explaining things to Captain Forsyth. All this, of course, Paul White waiting to face the penalty taker. Looks like it's Harvey Peters. In fact, it's not. It is Liam Pearce, the number 10.
Yes, yeah.
And Paul White then in the goal. We're into the 19th minute. There goes the whistle. Up steps Pearce. Is waiting. Pearce comes in. Paul White. 1-1. Sends White the wrong way. And it's level pegged here. And Sudbury score for the 3rd game on the trot. And Pearce makes it 1-1.
Indeed, the Suds very happy with that. It was just a fairly innocuous challenge by Isaacson, just literally on the goal line inside the 18-yard box. But he clipped him. It was a penalty. There was some debate as to whether the ball was out of play, but irrespective, immaterial. And certainly it's 1-0 to this. 1-1 to the Suds now in the 20th minute.
Yeah, only had that lead for 3 minutes, and Kettering now with it all to do again. Another soft penalty given away by Kettering. Liam McDonald won't like that. 2 sloppy goals on Tuesday. And there's another gift there as Wes York can't get the ball. The ball comes through to Mensah, who heads it back to Paul White. And bowls the ball out to Rowe. Rowe on that far side has to come back with the ball, plays it to Mensah. Mensah takes a touch, does a little pirouette, gets it back to Rowe on the touchline on the far side. He's running forward into the half, well into the Sudbury half. No help though. He's pushed in the back. Free kick, and it will be a free kick, which it is. Bittermo goes over to take it. Liam McDonald having a few words with Rowe, constructive, I hope, and a free kick to the Poppies. Well, the lead didn't last long, though.
No, it didn't. It's again a fairly innocuous attack, really, and it was just an unfortunate tap of the ankles there by Isaacson. But nevertheless, Kettering have got their tail up again, and they've got a free kick right on the far side, just in front of the home dugout there. It's about 10 or 15 yards inside the Sudbury half as Coyle will bend this one to the far side. The ball goes up into the air. Mensah on the edge of the area nods it forward. It's cleared out, but only as far as Wes York you can turn. He's about halfway into the Sudbury half. Plays another ball up. Mensah can't get hold of that. Forsyth's underneath it, but he can't get there either. Van Meer comes out with it, and referee gives a free kick there. I'm not so sure, Paul, that was a free kick. It's not in sort of Panther land in terms of simulation, but I don't think there's much contact there, but we'll take it.
Yeah, the referee thought it was a free kick. I'm not, as you say, I'm not so sure myself, but it is. It gives Kettering a chance on the edge of the penalty area on the far side at the angle to sweep the ball in, call over the ball. And can they take the lead after giving it away? As Coyle plays a short one to Bittermo. Bittermo then plays it back to Coyle. He comes inside, then plays it back, puts the ball in. A chance here by Mensah. It's towards Isaacson. It's a ricochet back to York, to Panther. Puts the ball in, headed out. And there's a chance here for a breakaway with the Suds, with Marcel Lewis, who is fouled by Bittermo and will go into the book. Rightly so. It's a booking each. Kettering losing their calm a little bit at the moment. And it is a booking. I want to say one booking each. 1-1 here in the 22nd minute of this first half. The 23rd minute, if we're being exact. And Harvey Peters plants the ball out wide. There's Bittermo. Gets it to Lewis, who can't keep the ball in. Kettering, of course, has scored very late on last season here. And also Michael Reindorf got a late goal, I think, in the first game we ever played here. Ball with Mulqueen on that far side. Blocked, goes out for a Suds throw-in. Tells her up since the equaliser. Rejuvenated them after going a goal behind. A lovely goal from Eddie Panther. And then a penalty to equalise things here at the Elite Travel Stadium. It's going to be a bit darker now. We might have a few drops of precipitation. We'll have to wait and see. Peters with the throw-in on that far side. It's a long one, comes in, headed out, a foul on Forsyth. Is that who's down? No, it's Isaacson's gone down.
Isaacson. That was...
Yeah, he's down, holding his head. Referee stopping Michael Hunter from coming on at the moment. Gets himself up and on his haunches. And Isaacson to get a penalty away, gets up. And Paul White will take the free kick once he's okay, which he will do in a few moments. So I think it's gone a little quieter here at the moment, but all happened in 3 minutes. Kettering went ahead 1-0 and then were brought back to earth with a penalty to make it 1-1 as Rowe sends it long. Peters underneath this one, though. He wins that header quite convincingly. Lewis can't capitalise on it. Rowe can to Bittermo. He heads it out of play, though, for a throw-in on the halfway line opposite where we are commentating from. And, of course, this is the first of a double header. We've got Sudbury at Latimer Park on Tuesday night. Thank goodness we travelled on the Saturday. And to a fair distance to go as Peters gets the ball back. He finds Corrigan. Corrigan turns, fires the ball out to Clements. Clements out wide to the goal scorer, Pearce. Sends it a 1-2, but Isaacson then waits and rather agriculturally slams the ball out of the ground. New ball required, throwing down the right-hand side. 25 minutes gone, 1-1 here at the Elite Travel Stadium.
Is indeed the ground here is framed for by an avenue of sort of like birch trees, I suppose, across to our on the open side on the left-hand side opposite us. But thankfully they managed to get a ball here. So number 10, Liam Pearce, will take a long throw, which will be like an exocet into the 6-yard area. Comments is policing the front of that, and he'll be up for this. White comes out, can't get to the ball, but it only goes as far as Coyle, who throws it up the field as if he can try and get Panther in again. Panther gets a header, and he can get the ball. Yes, he can. He's got number 12 policing him as he goes right onto the far side. Can he get across? No, he can't. The ball's intercepted, but that should go out for a corner. No, he's kept it in on the far side. A lovely play there from the Suds, number 12, Obigo, and it goes out to Pearce. Clements now just going over the halfway line. Just getting checked that by York. Just the Suds just holding the ball, switching the play out to the far side now to see if they can try and penetrate down the channels here. But it's all just keep football really in their own half at this stage. With the giant Peters plays the ball to Clements just outside the centre circle, and Back to Clem to play a long ball to see if he can try and get Pearce going, but that'll go nowhere, and that fizzles out, and I'll go for a goal kick away to our right, of which Paul White will now pick it up, and we'll start again, but it's still 1-1.
It is indeed, as Paul White collects the ball. As I say, that's the 8th penalty Kettering have conceded this season, and that is quite a lot when you consider, 9th penalty they conceded this season. 8 of those have been away from home, I should have said. And only 1 of those has been missed. And Kettering suffering from the penalty spot. Paul White hasn't taken the kick yet. He has now. Sends it long. It's going to go out of play. And it does. It's a throw-in there to Kettering. And Bittermo goes over to collect the ball. First time that Sudbury have scored against Kettering here in their 3rd ever game. Ball back with Paul White. In fact, of the 4 games that they played, they've only scored once prior to today, and that was at Latimer Park last season. White sends it long. There is the giant Peters getting the ball away. He found Mulqueen, but it's back in by Rowe to Bittermo. Bittermo can't do much with it. It's hoofed into Kettering's half. Mensah collides. Pearce hoofs the ball towards Rowe. Bit scrappy at the moment as Pearce regains the ball. Back on the far side to Oligbo. He's robbed by Van Leer, who thinks he's won the foul, but he hasn't. It's against him. And Oligbo coming more into this game for the Suds. He's going to take this free kick. Just fiddling with his bootlace and socks. Whistle goes. Sunlight in his eyes. Comes in, headed out though by Rowe. Back to Oligbo. He pummels the ball high back in there towards Peters, offside. And Mackenzie not happy with the decision, as the few Sudbury fans behind the goals also disclaimed their displeasure.
Indeed, so as the sun comes out and the fans are slapping on the factor 30 now here in deepest Suffolk. Just a couple of scores from the other games going on in the Premier League, Southern Premier League Central. First versus third, Harbour is 0-0 at home to Real Bedford. It's 1-1 Bury against Redditch. 0-0 at Bromsgrove Starbridge. And Stamford are leading 2-0 at Leiston. And Stratford are 1-0 up at Royston.
Coyne with the ball, the goalkeeper in all orange, bowls the ball out of the far side to Peters. Peters sends it long into Kettering's half, but Rowe gets ahead on that, heads it out of play. Bittermo couldn't keep it in. Throwing by the halfway line. And gentle breeze here, looking at the flag over the far side. And I bet when the sun goes in, it'll be quite cool.
It will be. It will be over there.
Mensah gets a good head on that, but the Suds regain it. They're coming forward. It's out wide to Pearce. Intercepted by Coyle, but it's going to go back to Clements. He, in his own half, plays it to Lewis, Marcel Lewis. There's 2 Lewises, Marcel and Charlie. But Marcel, the more diminutive one, plays it back to Coyne. Plays it out wide to Peters. Peters then turns. Puts a short ball in. It's won by Bittermo, then loses the ball to Lewis on the far side. Marcel Lewis. He switches it. It's a good ball through to Peters. If he can keep it in, he can. Peters, though, on his own, he's going to cut inside. He does. Might try a shot. Does. Header comes out. And on the far side, though, with a leg boat intercepted by Bittermo, he sends it towards Panther, but in doing so, puts it out of play for a throw-in as the sun goes behind the clouds and it dulls the brightness of the day.
I tell you what, Kettering are beginning to sleepwalk through this first half now. They're They haven't had possession of the ball for quite some time. They're beginning to get deeper and deeper as the Suds get more adventurous. And sort of player of the match for Kettering at the moment, apart from Panther, who scored the goal, has been Blaine Rowe, who's headed out at least 4 of the decent crosses that Sudbury have put into the Kettering 18-yard box as they retain the play again. It goes back to Clements, plays it back into Corrigan, just inside their own half. He'll spray this across. Panther's just flicked that with his heel, but it'll go to Suds. The referee's given their foul. It's a Kettering ball.
Yeah, a little push in the back on Van Leer, wasn't it? Been taken quickly to Forsyth, and Isaacson now going forward. He's got Coyle out on his left-hand side. He wants to use him. He has done. Tries a 1-2, but gets the ball back. Coyle left foot. He puts it in towards the back post. Nobody there though, and Obligo gets it out for a goal kick as I think Panther goes down off the pitch by the corner flag. Referee is going over to have a look.
Yeah, don't really want him to be injured at this stage, given the fact we've only got 4 on the bench, Paul, as well, and it's not exactly got a lot of cover there.
No, this is the problem with having a wafer thin squad. You know, you get your injuries and suspensions, especially this time of the season when we're playing catch up in many respects. Any injury is critical. As you say, just 4 subs today. A game on Tuesday, game on Saturday, a game on Tuesday.
Yeah,
you know, a rallying call of players is needed, I would think, to bolster a wafer thin squad. Hopefully Panther's okay. He's receiving treatment from Michael Hunter.
Yeah, he's just been awarded his MSc for his degree now, so he's a fully fledged sports physiotherapist. So good news for him. And hopefully good news for Panther. It's good to get treated by a professional at all times, but certainly when he's on the pitch, it makes it even more important. But he is hobbling there. He doesn't look... he
doesn't, does he?
He does not look good, but...
that's the problem playing on these surfaces if you're not used to them, you know, and
yeah,
they can take you by surprise. I remember Brett Solkador was saying he always struggled on 3G surfaces, his knees and his ankles as he got older. And if you're not used to them, you know, it's okay training on them for an hour or 2, but when you're playing them week in, week out, you do get the advantage. And Panther, though, is looking a bit easier, but he's off the pitch at the moment. We'll have to see if he's going to come on or not as Jeshe begins to warm up on the far side. Clements then coming forward for the Suds. Sends it long. Panther's back on. And Pierce's header goes out for a throw in. I think there's an offside actually. No, it's a throw in.
Oh, it's a throw in. I was just going to say, Paul, that Kettering's just gone to a back 4 there whilst Panther's off. We'll have to see what the activity looks like, but they've been fairly cautious and defensive at this stage.
Well, as Panther had gone 4 games without a goal up to today, so it's good to get him back on the score sheet. And a good goal it was as well, as he's knocked off the ball there. It's back with Peters. Peters squares it on the far side. And away goes a Ligbo. Good interplay there. And the Ligbo gets it out wide towards Pierce, but a foot in by Coyle stops it arriving at him. Throw be taken quickly. And Marcel Lewis, ball is pumped forward by Clements to Isaacson. And York plays it on to a Sud, and that will be a throw in rather fortuitously for Kettering. It didn't look like the ball was out as far as I was concerned, right in front of us, but the linesman thought otherwise as Panther is getting the ball. He's racing forward now. He's been pushed out wide. Nobody in the centre yet. And he was pushed off the ball, given a corner. The fans behind the Kettering ones want a penalty. And he's holding his back. Panther goes down again. We've seen a lot of treatment over the last few games from various players. And his style of play does invite that type of challenge.
Definitely true. He's taken a lot of punishment from some opposition central defenders. That's definitely sure. But it's a corner down to our right, or down to our left, I would say. In front of the Kettering flags.
It is a good array of those. Corner comes in towards that back post. It's headed out easy there by Corrigan, but now it goes up looping. There's Mensah. Forsyth gets a touch on, a chance here. Oh, well saved there. It looked like it was a goal from Panther. Bull is put back in, goes over everybody. And it's with Isaacson on that far side who keeps it in. Squares it in, but it's cleared by Detmar. And eventually cleared into Kettering's half as Lewis wins the ball. Gets it to Bittermo. Bittermo over the halfway line, going forward. Still Bittermo beats one. Puts the ball through to Mensah. Good work from him. Puts the ball in, and it's going to be a goal kick. And unlucky there for the Poppers.
Certainly very unlucky. It's another marked example there when Kettering get the ball down, play it through their midfield and get out there back to there. Really does provide dividends for some of the opportunity with the ball cleared off the line there. So still within the 38th minute, but yeah, some green shoots maybe for Kettering as Sudbury retain the ball. It's back to Clements in his own half. He's going to turn, puts it back out to Lewis here. Lewis is policed well by York. I think Kettering need to get a bit more confidence here, and everybody's shouting now to be able to move the ball up a little bit in a more pressing game. Forsyth is playing in front of the back four. And you'd hope that it's on the left-hand of midfield here, we'll be able to apply a little bit of pressure to the Sudbury attackers. But going to throw in for Sudbury now. A long one right down the right-hand side for Pearce, well policed by Isaacson, and it goes out for a Sudbury throw. Just underneath us, about halfway through, halfway into the Kettering half.
Yeah, it's more for Forsyth's position, isn't it, in front of the back four, really? He's been forced into the back four because of selection issues, but that's his more natural position, and it's working so far. But 1-1 as we're into the 39th minute of this first half. Throw-in been taken. It's with Corrigan, plays it out to Mulqueen. Ball has gone out for a throw-in, much to do the displeasure of the home fan, who's with us in the stand. Coyle sends it towards Panther. Nobody with him. He gets a touch on it. Ball has gone out by Panther this time. And a throw in to the Suds in their own half. But halfway in their own half, Charlie Lewis, the captain, takes it and throws it back to the keeper. Coyle has been really under pressure from Panther. To react quickly. Sudbury do well getting the ball out. Intercepted, though, by Rowe. Rowe comes inside, beats one, beats two, gets it to Forsyth. Forsyth feeds it to Isaacson. Isaacson going forward, puts the ball through to Coyle, who called for it. Can he get the ball over? He can't. It just overruns slightly. And on this flat surface, the speed beat him, and he goes out for a goal kick.
Just looking at the table, like you do, in terms of where we're at the moment, and the four sides that are immediately in front of Kettering are all losing. So Needham Market are losing 1-0 at home. Banbury are also losing 1-0 at home, as are Worcester, and indeed Leiston are 2-0 down now. So really a win here would make a significant difference to us. And I think the way it's going at the moment, they've got to be more aggressive, more confident, and certainly need to be more of a pressing game against a Sudbury side that was actually quite fragile at the back. So we'll see what happens as we enter their 41st minute.
Yeah, there didn't seem any bite in Kettering going forward again. It's a bit like Tuesday after that initial burst from Panther.
Yeah.
You know, the goalkeeper hasn't had a save to make as a foul by Van Leer, and referee going over to have a chat with him, but no booking. And Corrigan takes the kick, gets it out to Pearce, who keeps it in. And he scored the penalty. It's back with Clements. Clements takes a heavy touch, but sideswipes Panther. It's back with Pearce. It goes over his foot, though. Be a throw-in, being taken towards Panther. Panther is shielded off the ball. Nothing given by the referee. Mensah wins the header. York keeps it in, gets it to Coyle over his head, but it's adjudged to have gone out for a throw-in. And 42 minutes gone in. Just having a look at the chat line.
There's a little comment there from Michael said, could they not put Jason Alexander on the bench to make it more to a maximum subs? He's still a bit injured at the moment, although he was out for the warm-up on Tuesday. But yeah, only 4 subs, so we'll see what happens. But it's good news that Panther's on the pitch at least.
Makes you wonder what happened to Bodie Thistleton, the work experience guy from Burton Albion. Rumour is that he's gone already, but certainly we can't field 5 substitutes. Does make things rather worrying in many respects, but we have to do with what we can as the ball is intercepted by Pearce. There's a late foul, then nothing in by the referee, and then Isaacson is hit in the back by the number 8 there, Mulqueen. The home fans want the foul on Pearce, but Isaacson is down. And again, he stops Michael Hunter from coming on. And
that was a bit naughty there from Mulqueen, I think, just catching a bit of dark arts there, I think, for that challenge. Referee saw nothing in the original challenge, did he, with Isaacson again on Pearce, but obviously Mulqueen decided to dish out his own form of retribution, let's call it that. But everybody's friends again, everybody's up, and we're back in play.
We are, with Isaacson going forward. It's a heavy hit there, giving nobody any chance whatsoever, and a bit of frustration, I think, with Isaacson. It remains 1-1. Kettering went ahead in the 16th minute. A great goal from Eddie Panther, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper slotting it past him, and then just 3 minutes later, Isaacson gave a penalty away, and Pearce equalised from the spot, sending Paul White the wrong way, and it stands at 1-1 in the 44th minute here at the Elite Travel Stadium, Sudbury, as the sun now seems to be going in, so the temperature will start to drop here in deep Suffolk. And as I say, on Tuesday we play the same opponents again in the return leg of this double header, as Mensah gets ahead to it, but so does Mackenzie. It's pumped forward towards Panther. He's got cleared easily, though, by Charlie Lewis to Isaacson to the side. Coyle does well under pressure, then loses it to Peters, and then he puts it out for a Kettering throw-in into the 44th minute of this first half. Coyle had pinched about 10 yards there before having to go back. Not taking it yet from the right spot. York trying to find Lewis. Oh, he goes down, and he went down with a thud. It's Van Leer, actually, not Lewis. He's holding his head. He went down and went straight down on his back. And again, the referee stops Michael Hunter from coming on. So Van Leer, keyboard player with a Dutch band called Focus. 2 minutes of time added on. Bit of hocus pocus there.
Oh, hey.
And he's up. I did mention it to him, actually. He got no idea.
No, he wouldn't. That's why there's no. Yeah, that wouldn't be. I wouldn't register that.
Yeah. The goalkeeper pumps the ball out, headed out to Bittermo. He loses the ball. Lewis does get a touch to Bittermo on it, and it's a throw in to the Poppers on the far side. And it's the official announcement of 2 minutes of added time, as Rowe has been delayed from taking the throw in. As
I think it's Van
Leer
again. I think he's gone. He's not happy. He's holding the base of his spine now. He did take a clatter as he fell over for the challenge on this 3G pitch. It does take its toll, as you were saying earlier, Paul, on the players.
If you're not used to them, it is. It's that they have their quirks and their idiosyncrasies, and I say training on them for an hour or two a week, isn't good preparation for a 90-minute match. It does give who's ever at home a heck of an advantage, I've always said, and Ketcher's record on 3G pitches is pretty poor in the last 2 or 3 seasons. And if you look at the teams at the top of the league at the moment, they are basking in it with the 3G pitches, and Harbour and Spalding with their 3Gs. It makes you wonder what it would be like on grass. But you can see the development of 3G pitches and the business sense of them. We would dearly like one at Latimer Park because our pitch is our Achilles heel.
Definitely.
And Van Leer is still down here missing nothing. I know that George is trying to get a 3 or 4G pitch, but of course that's going to take time and money. And of course, without the lease being signed, it's difficult to actually impose that on the club. Really, I mean, it must be 2 years now. We've been waiting for this lease to be signed.
It's got to be at least 2 years, and it's a fundamental keystone, really, of being able to develop the site as we've got it at the moment, whether that's the pitch or the rest of the facilities. But especially as you come here to Sudbury, who are languishing in the relegation areas here, and
we've got 2 of them.
I've got 2 of them, and I've got a fantastic little clubhouse here, and really, really good facility.
Throw-in now has been taken. Van Leer is back with us, I think, although I think he's going to come off. Pataggio is warming up just before half-time. If that's Van Leer's, he's not looking good at all, and it's an enforced change by the Poppies just before half-time, and Will Van Leer has to go off, which isn't good news for the Poppies, and using one of their 4 subs already.
Substitution. Is number 9 later than Jeshe.
I said it's Jeshe that's come on.
Yeah, I think that's a good move, to be honest, Paul. We need a bit more attacking prowess up there. Not that Van Leer wasn't providing that, but I think Jeshe is a bit more direct. On this pitch, I think he might be more effective. So
looked like Pataggio, didn't it? At one point,
it looked like
he
definitely stood up there.
He did, didn't he? But it is Jeshe, just to confirm things, and that gives Panther a little bit more help up front as well. So Will Van Leer, man of the match on Tuesday, has to go off with looks like a base of the spine complaint. Let's hope that isn't anything serious. As we're into time added on now in this first half, as Bittermo can't get the ball, but Coyle can towards Panther, a foul, and foul to Sudbury. That should really be about it, I would think, when the keeper Liam Coyne comes over to deliver the ball into the Kettering half. So he places the ball down in the centre of his half, and whistle goes. We're into the 49th minute of this game. Headed on by Mackenzie, but only towards Coyle, who lumps it towards Jeshe. He can't win that. And there goes the half-time whistle. Jeshe's missed time challenge ignored by the referee as they troop off for this first half. It's AFC Sudbury 1, Kettering Town 1 at half-time.
Indeed so. 3 minutes of excitement, I think, in the game, and Kettering started off obviously with Panther going through there and scoring in the 16th minute, and then that was followed by an Isaacson penalty, just bringing down the Sudbury player just inside the 18-yard box, which was converted by Pearce. So it's 1-1 here at the Mel Group Stadium. So I hope you have a great half-time, imbibe what you need, and we'll see you on the other side.
Welcome back to the Elite Travel Stadium here in sunny Suffolk. Yes, it's still sunny, still cool, but the sun is out as teams are back out on the pitch for this second half. You just joined us. It's 1-1. Kettering went ahead in the 16th minute. A lovely goal from Eddie Panter, a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, slotting it by with a plum. And then just 3 minutes later, it was a penalty slotted in by Pearce, who sent Paul White the wrong way to make it 1-1. Neither side really had that too much in front of goal. Other than that, in a bit of a battle in the middle. Kettering forced into a change just before half time as Will Van Leer looks like he's got a back spasm problem, and to replace by Nathan Jeshe. 2 bookings in the side. Pearce for Sudbury and Bittermo for the Poppers. They'll be catching to get us back underway, kicking from left to right. Kettering fans behind the goal, quite a few of them. Excuse me. Need another cup of tea, I think, to wash down the. So it looks like Kettering then getting ready to get us back underway with Bittermo over the ball. Gets it back to the side. Back to Bittermo. What can Kettering do? He's out wide to Rowe. Panter with him. He wants to use him. He doesn't. He goes outside. Can he get the ball over? Deflected for a corner. Good start there for the Poppies. The Poppies fans massed behind that goal. I'd say it's pretty even with fans. A lot have travelled from Northamptonshire. And it will be a corner. Coyle takes the corner towards that back post, headed out though and up. Lewis underneath it. There's a foul on the number 2 there. Charlie Lewis holding his head. Play is stopped. Kettering fans obviously giving him some sympathy for that foul.
Yes, I think we're always known. I think the Kettering Town fans are always known for their
generosity when it comes
to and support and the Corinthian spirit that it's offered.
But it has delayed play. Listen to Poppies TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery. Thank you, Marcus, and Elgood's for their continued support of Poppies Media. We are just match day media these days.
Yes, indeed, we are. We are no longer and haven't managed the day-to-day media for quite some time this season for various different reasons. But match day is still where it's at.
It is indeed, as the goalkeeper comes out, Liam Cole. and then for Scythe, but it's won back by Mulqueen and then lost again. Mackenzie gets it back for Scythe, tries to find Lewis, but Corrigan out of play for a goal kick. Thing about the 3Gs, obviously, when the ball runs on, it's very difficult to stop it from going out of play. Where in grass, of course, in the wet, it will hold up. And the thing is that these players know, playing at home, that certain situations you don't have to use as much energy as the ball's going away. But Kettering players don't know that because they don't play on one that often. White then's delivery is back with Peters on the other side, over his head towards Mackenzie, won by Isaacson, finds Lewis to Coyle. And where's Hart stopped the ball from going out of play, puts it out for a throw-in on the halfway line. Leaston, I wonder how many lob jolters scored for them. One goal on Rowe, heads the ball out towards Panther, trying to find Jeshe, but he can't get there. It's thumped back into Kettering's half, bounces high and once. And Rowe gets it on the, plays it to White, Paul White. Sends it to Whelan. Straight towards the keeper. He goes down his 6-yard box with ease, collects the ball, runs out with a bit of pace and stops, and then delivers it down the centre, goes out a bit wide. There's Isaacson, he misses that one though, gets off his nose, and it's hit on by Coyle to Jeshe. And there is York, who loses the ball. It's a bit scrappy in the halfway. Bittermo and then Panther. Panther wins the ball. Panther now. And tries to stop Panther from taking it quickly, which kick. It's about 10 yards outside the penalty area, nearest to where we're commentating from. Coyle then a chance to put the Sudbury defence under pressure. It comes in here, and nobody challenges that whatsoever. It goes out.
It's ready to be won. They've just Kettering just got it up, literally up their game to be able to take advantage of it, because neither side looked like they actually want to win at all. Apart from those sort of sporadic, for those sort of 3 minutes we had in the first half, it's been, and one cleared off on. Is here now. They've got to take advantage of these games.
They have indeed, as it's back with Isaacson and Peters, but he wins the ball, and Pearce nods it on to Mackenzie, but it goes over to Isaacson. Isaacson leaves it for Mensah. He turns, does well, gets it to Forsyth, out wide to Lewis. He threads the ball into Bittermo. Bittermo now going forward. He's got Jeshe out there. He puts the wrong ball to Panther. Goalkeeper comes out. He bowls the ball out well to Marcel Lewis. Lewis has the overlap if he needs to. He doesn't want to. Right-footed, sends it long. It's a poor ball and goes straight through to Paul White on the edge of his penalty area. He waits for the ball, gets into it, then plays it, squares it to Isaacson. He plays it wide to Coyle. Coyle back to Isaacson. Isaacson sending headed out, and York can't win that one. Cole gets a stabbed foot to it towards Jeshe, wins it, chested down by Lewis. It cannons off a Sudbury player, back header to Mensah. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do there. I think he's trying to get it back to with Mackenzie, squares it to Corrigan. Corrigan again, intercepted by York. Bit sloppy from Kettering, giving the ball away. York chests it down, trying to come forward. York loses the ball. Pearce is away, beats his man quite easily. Nobody in the centre, though, for the Suds. And Coyle does well, robbing Pearce of it. Trying to find Jeshe, but he loses that, but threads the ball somehow through to Bittermo. Bittermo's got Panther with him, still Bittermo. Not a lot on for him. He's checked back, gets it through to Jeshe. Jeshe just out the penalty, tries a shot, parried away by the keeper for a corner. Might have been unsighted, the keeper there. It was a shot high to his right. He parried it away. It looked quite innocuous, but corner to Kettering.
Indeed so. Really good interplay there from Bittermo, who picked up the ball just over the halfway line there. Got some distance in terms of getting into Sudbury territory and managed to trap the ball, get it across to Yeshe just outside the D on the 18-yard box, and Yeshe unleashed a shot which Coyle had to get both palms on, and it's gone out for a corner. So looks like Lewis Coyne's ready to be able to put this into the 6-yard box. Bit of pushing and shoving, but let's see what happens. Ball comes all the way along, headed down onto the 3G surface there from Isaacson. He did all the hard work to get there, Paul, and then headed it into the ground.
Well, he did. I mean, even the bounce fooled him, really. You think that was going to go in, but it didn't, and went the other side of the post. And an escape there for Sudbury, and a half chance for the Poppies goes awry as Peters sends the ball towards Marcel Lewis. He gets the ball, threads it out wide to Mulqueen. He loses that, though, and Mensah plays it on to Mulqueen for a Kettering throw-in. Blaine Rowe comes over to take it, being told to go back, which is correct. And referee right, of course. Joshua Evans, the referee, had a decent game so far. Throw in by Rowe. Goes over Jeshe, and he can't get the return. A thread through the Panther, then Panther's knocked off the ball. That's going to go for a corner. And it's in fact a goal kick. Must have come off Panther then. Goalkeeper goes over to take it, or collect the ball, should I say, before he throws the ball in his 6-yard box. So 1-1 if you've just joined us. Both goals in that first half. We're into 55 minutes of this game. 10 minutes gone in the second half. And of course, we've got the same opposition on Tuesday night at Latimer Park. First leg, you can almost call this, I suppose. Second leg on Tuesday. Goalkeeper pummels it forward. Push on Mensah. Ignored by the referees. Mackenzie. And now there's going to be a booking. Not sure who for.
He's calling over Mulqueen there. And the referee, to be fair, he did well to look at that. He's going to book him immediately, which he should do, because Mulqueen's been a bit impulsive, let's call it that. Let's be more polite about it, but the referee did well to be able to spot that, because the play was already moving towards his left-hand side, towards the Kettering goal. But certainly an off-the-ball incident, which Mulqueen goes into the box, and that leaves with Kettering, who's got a free kick just inside their own half, which Coyle will take and launch that towards Mensah, I would suggest.
Yep, he's certainly got the height, that's for sure, as he does take that free kick into the centre. Arrives at him, but the referee has given a free kick against him. Must have hit his hand or something, but it was a bit strange, that one. So it is a free kick to the Suds. Liam Coyne, the keeper, takes it, sends it out wide on that far side towards Pearce. It goes over him and goes over Coyle. Mackenzie barges into him, but it is a throw-in to Kettering on that far side. Isaacson waiting to get the ball if he can. Been taken by Coyle, though. And there's another foul. Get a bit scrappy now. You can...
I think this sort of suits Sudbury more than it does Kettering at this stage. We want it a bit more free flowing.
It's a free kick on the far side to the hosts. And Marcel Lewis is going over to take this. Diminutive Lewis has quite an impact in the game so far for the home side. Everybody back to Kettering bar Jeshe. The ball that comes in, Mensah wins the header, and Bitamo gets the ball away towards Panther. He's being fouled there. Panther's away though this time. Still Panther puts the ball through towards. Good save from the keeper. Follow up there, not dispatched, and the keeper's down injured. Much to the cries of the Kettering fans, I reckon he's feigning it. But Panther slid the ball through to Jeshe. His attempted shot was robbed by the keeper, who's gone down. And he's rolling around. On comes the sports therapist.
Yeah.
And
to be fair, Paul, there, Panther should have shot. He crossed it when he was just literally crossed the line of the 18-yard box there, and he tried to square it, which I can understand why he tried to do it, but he should have really just gone for the shot because the keeper's not been in fine form. I'm not sure whether this. I think he did get clipped probably by Jeshe coming in there, but even so, it's an opportunity missed again. But it does show when we get the ball down and just be able to start to play it through, there is a game to be won here. In the meantime, just a couple of other scores. There's going to be a drop ball on the far side, I think, there. Harbour are losing 1-0 to third place Real Bedford. Spalding are also losing 1-0 away from home. Corn in fourth are 2-0 up. Hales Owen are 1-0 up as well, and Needham Market are 2-1 up. So it's all to play for, really. 3 points here is critical, whatever happens elsewhere, but it's a drop ball right on the edge of the apex of the 18-yard box on the far side, which Coyle will pick up.
Will Van Leer has just gone by as all the ball comes in towards Mensah. It's headed out there. Offside flag goes up as the goalkeeper collides with a Kettering player who's gone. The fans going ballistic behind that goal. And can't see who's gone. It's Panther's gone down inside the goal mouth. There was a collision with the keeper. The Kettering fans giving it some, let's say.
I would say so. Again, we'll full Corinthian spirit there, just to be able to encourage the keeper to be able to get on with it. Which he is now taking his time over, but the referee's assistant down to our right here was pretty keen with his flag, but it was certainly from an offside position. So a restart for Sudbury. Ball played along here. Rose got Lewis under control. Lewis does a switchback, plays the ball forward, headed over by Isaacson. Ball's up in the air, which Forsyth has. It's a bit ricochet football here as Mensah kicks an agricultural ball up into the air, headed forward by Peters again. And Isaacson decides to join the party by launching it as far as he can try and get Jeshe into the game, but he can't. Cleared by Clements all the way through to Sudbury. Get a head on now at the moment. They got round to the 18-yard box. Good interception there from Coyle, but it ricochets back. It's a bit frenetic at the moment. Going to play it back to Mensah, who's on the edge of his area, clears the ball well, gives it to Rowe. Rowe is now moving forward. Can he get over the halfway line? He can on the right-hand side, looking for some support. Panther's in the middle. He's going to go all the way, see if he can try and get a cross in. It's one on, see if he can get a cross in, but well intercepted there. Well played, and it'll be a throw into the Poppies with a possible substitution, I think, as well on the far side, Paul.
It does look like it. 61 minutes gone here, and indeed, Kettering are going to make a second substitution. It looks like Clive Fifield is coming on, and Wes York is leaving the field of play.
Is number 19, Kai Fifield.
So Fifield on again as a substitute, and waiting for this. Throw-in to be taken. It's going to be a long one, I think. It is. Rowe in there towards Mensah. It's headed back out to Rowe. puts the ball in towards the keeper. He punches it out poorly, but does enough as away come the Suds. Lovely movement there, but I don't think Pearce will beat Rowe. He then pushes Rowe down and gets the ball back to Jeshe. Jeshe now is away. Jeshe got two in front of him. It's in Bittermo. Bittermo, can he thread the ball through? And a foul to Kettering. McKenzie bringing Bittermo down, wrestling with him. The Sudbury fans and team can't believe it as Rowe is down in the Kettering half. Paul White going over to see if he's okay. Of course, Kettering have used two of their subs, only got four on the bench. And Blaine Rowe, Paul White with him at the moment.
He did very well, Paul, to be able to chase back there against Liam Pearce. That was literally a sprint to be able to get the ball, which he did do. Made up quite a few yards on Liam Pearce to be able to get the tackle in. He fell on the floor and then the ball did ricochet against his arm, but there was no intent there whatsoever. And then we went up the pitch, and Jeshe was WWF style manhandled to the floor, and that gives Coyle an opportunity just to the right of the 18-yard box to use his left foot to curl this straight into the 6-yard box. So let's see what happens. The referee gets us back underway.
Whistle goes, Coyle arm goes up. It swings in their chance here. It's headed up into the penalty area. There's a lot of people underneath it, but Kettering can't get the ball. Forsyth grabs the ball and loses it. It's cleared by Sudbury. Kettering thrown on the far side, right in front of Liam McDonald, who has the ball. Panther wanted it, but McDonald gives it to Coyle. Coyle, not a lot of movement for him, but throws the ball back to Isaacson, who's a few yards inside the Sudbury half. He plays it towards Mensah. A chance here for Jeshe, who hit it on the bounce. It wasn't a hit with power. It bounced twice before it got to the keeper, who collected it in the centre of his goal mouth, bowls the ball out. There was a half chance for Kettering. Shot on target as Corrigan gets the ball back to Peters. Intercepted, though, by Forsyth. Forsyth groins it down, gets it out towards Panther. Panther puts the ball in towards that back post. There's nobody really there. There is Bittermo, though. Foot in from Sudbury, gets it to Forsyth. He spoons it out wide. And that will be a Kettering Town throw in if it goes out of play. It does eventually. And that will be a throw in on that far side. 1-1, 65 minutes gone.
Indeed, so Kettering put a bit more pressure on now as it goes back to Coyle, plays it forward to Bittermo. Bittermo just on the edge of the 18-yard box. He turns, he swivels, plays the ball right to the far side. Nobody there, but Panther might still be able to get there to keep it in, which he does, and plays it off the Sudbury defender for a throw in. Bit of sustained pressure here from the Poppies. Certainly the fans behind the goal there in front of the Kettering Town flags are very appreciative of that. So I'm trying to make some noise here as the ball will come in from the right-hand side, a long throw. Mensah's just taking his position on the back to Rowe. Rowe can get the ball in. It goes right to the far side. It's too far, though. Goes over everybody else apart from Forsyth. Forsyth to picks it up again, comes back inside to Lewis. Lewis sprays the ball into the middle here. Isaacson's got a free header there, which he does, but straight into the arms of Liam Coyne. And we're back again for a high kick, which he's done. Trying to find Liam Pearce, which he can do. Pearce just traps it down. It's policed well by Bittermo. Sprayed across to the right-hand side here. The game's beginning now to open up. We may even get another goal at the second half, Paul.
As long as it goes to the team in blue, I'm not bothered. But it looks like we're going to make two substitutions on the far side, but they're in Kettering's half. It's cleared, though, by Mensah. Turn there by Fifield. Gets it through to Jeshe. He's coming forward again. Jeshe might have to try a long way. Going to feed the ball through the Panther. No, he comes inside. It's robbed off him. Keeper comes out and collects on the 6-yard box. Got Rowe in front of him. He comes inside him. He's going inside the centre. Cut out by Mensah. trying to find Panther. Panther now is away. Only Jesse up front with him. Panther bearing down in the penalty, being pushed out wide. So it goes behind the goal as Mensah is encouraging shot, and now we can have the substitutions.
Yeah,
Which is
Archie Jolland,
Jolland, Corrigan,
yeah, former Poppy, and number 8 and number 19. So Rocco Leaks will be coming on for the books. Jensen Mulqueen.
Substitution.
so it's a little quite diminutive as well. The players that are coming on quite small in stature, and Finley Corrigan then not impressing his former teammates. Played 3 games for Kettering earlier in the season before he's moved to Sudbury. He goes off, and we're going to be back underway in a few moments. 69th minute we're into here. Coyne with the goal kick on that far side. Sun still blazing here in March. I mean, maybe blazing is the wrong term, but it's out. As Mackenzie tries to get the ball, but it's intercepted by Lewis. He turns. That is one and then cleared. Only towards Versailles. Again, it's rather scrappy as Mensah allows it to bounce in front of him. It's going to feed its way through to Paul White on the edge of the area. It does. White picks the ball up. White then there's dribbles it out towards Mensah. Mensah making his debut for the Poppies, the loan signing from Bedford, the 42nd player that Kettering have used this season so far, and 12th loanee. As the ball is pumped forward towards Isaacson, who's going to marshal this out if he can, and he does. And that is a goal kick. So with using the 12th lone player and with only 4 substitutes, it just shows you how thin squad we have, Doug.
You're right, absolutely right, Paul. And especially with the number of games that you mentioned earlier there, it's really going to be a challenge and a stretch, I think, for the Kettering Town team to maintain that push towards the playoffs. But it's still all to play for here. Is Kettering win a free kick down just beside us, which Mensah will take. He seems to grow about 4 inches every time we see him here. He's going to leave it now for Lewis Coyle to take it with the left foot one that he has. I'll go out to the far side of the 18-yard box here, which he does, crosses it all in the middle here, trying to get Pitman, but he can't. It comes ricochets out to Rowe. Rowe gets the ball across, but it goes out off a Sudbury defender, and yeah, another corner, Paul.
Yep, it went into the side netting, a deflection, and another chance for Kettering to try and put some pressure under Liam Coyle. And Kettering fans shouting as much as they can. It comes in. It's not a particularly good corner, and it is going to go out for another one. Went high into the sky, and Coyle gets a chance to deliver another corner in front of the scoreboard. In it comes this time. Keeper punches the ball out, a good punch, but it comes off the back of the chance here. Mensah can't get too much to it. It's a bit scrappy, and there's a chance here. Cleared by Sudbury. It goes out towards Lewis. He has to check, and he loses the ball, and it's a chance here for Sudbury to break away. 2 against 2, 2 against 3 now. It goes out wide to the goal scorer, Paul White, under pressure, and a awful shot there by the number 10, Liam Pearce. Thankfully for Kettering, it went high, wide, not to squirrel out of the tree. And but so there was a chance there for the home side to capitalise on a mistake by Kettering as they make another substitution, and it's Cal Assey coming on for the McGrassy coming on then for the number 6, Mackenzie.
Yeah, it's Mackenzie.
So it's 3 substitutions for the home side, 2 for Kettering. Of course, Kettering got 4 substitutes. And looks like they're going to make another one anyway. Kettering, I can see someone who's taken off their tabard over there. And Fifield already on along with Jeshe. So there's only Batajo and Williams left. As Paul White takes the goal kick, gets it to Mensah. Mensah coming forward, sends it long towards Panther. It does arrive at Panther. Jeshe's in the middle. Fifield's arriving. Ball comes in here. Goes behind Fifield, who tried to back flick it in. It was hit with pace, but there is Coyle. He puts the low trajectory ball into Forsyth. Forsyth tries to find Bittermo, but he's being charged down by Lewis. Lewis wins the duel, sends it forward. The chase here for the number 14, but out comes Paul White to dispatch it. You might hear a clonk. No, it's kept in play, but Kettering at the ball to Forsyth. Forsyth to Panther, trying to flick the ball through to Jeshe, but it doesn't arrive at him. Fifield can't get there. Panther can. He gets it out wide to Jeshe. Jeshe outside the penalty area on the other side of the pitch. Ball comes in. Shot comes in. That just goes over. And a good effort there by the number 9. And a chance.
A chance indeed. It was good to see them taking some positive action. Good shot by Jeshe that went over the post, went over the bar there, really. But earlier in the earlier move from Sudbury there was 3-on-2 literally. And if Lewis had actually passed it to his left-hand side, he could have played his colleague in there, had to have been straight in on goal, but thankfully passed it to Pearce, who decided to kick the ball towards Latimer Park. And so it still remains 1-1 here in the 74th minute.
Just to answer Craig Parker, we think that Andow is injured. He came off on Tuesday. And all I know is that Thanos didn't travel with the squad this afternoon. Ball is thumped out wide. Panther trying to chase it down, but he won't get there. Marcel Lewis will. A bit of a shirt pull in there by Rowe, but Lewis does well. Sends it over the far side. It goes over everybody there. Goes out for a throw in. And Kettering need to capitalise in this last 20 minutes or so of this game. 15 minutes almost, 16 minutes to go. As Jeshe can't win that duel. Bittermo can. He's on the far side. Does well. To Jeshe, who stumbles. Wins the ball. Gets it back to Coyle. Coyle. Sun in Kettering's eyes as the ball is with Jeshe. He does a little turn. Sends it out wide to Rowe. He's down by the touch line. He's in the penalty area. Comes out the penalty area. Goes out wide. Puts the ball over towards that back post. Headed in. Off the line. Shot from the side. In! Deflection off Panther. A very lucky goal indeed. It was going nowhere. And Forsyth drills it in. It hits Panther and diverts into the net. 2-1.
It does indeed. That was, I would say, fluky, but I think it was on the run of play. You'd have to say that was well worth it because, and Kettering were worth the lead. Ball, Rowe did really well actually to get the ball back into the middle there, and it was fired across. It came to Forsyth, who tried a shot, and it ricocheted off Panther, and he gets his second goal. It's 2-1.
Yeah, very, very fortunate indeed, Kettering, but they all count. And it powered in from the shot from Forsyth. He gets his second, and he gets his 10th goal of the season. So Kettering take a 2-1 advantage. Can they last hang on to it for more than 2 minutes this time? We will wait and see. The travelling fans enjoyed that one, as we all did here, except the Sudbury fans, of course, who were totally dismayed and understandably so with the way it went in. But there we have it.
They all count, Paul, and it's about time that we had some luck in front of goal, and certainly makes up for the fairly insipid display that we had on Tuesday. But certainly 2-1 up here now. If they can hold it, it sets us up well, not only for 3 points, but obviously for Tuesday as well.
Yeah, as I say, keep mentioning, we've got the same opposition on Tuesday night at Latimer Park. Thankfully, we've made a trip on a Saturday and haven't got the journey to do on a Tuesday. Of course, the original game should have been played sometime in early December, but with postponements and rearranged matches, weather, and all sorts, it's must be the fifth time we've tried to arrange this game against Sudbury at Latimer Park, as the throw-in is won by Peters. There's Isaacson. And Sudbury get the ball back to Lewis, but a thumping clearance by Rowe, and it goes out on the far side for a Sudbury throw-in.
Substitution, I think, there, Paul.
There is a substitution. And looks like Fataggio is going to come on now. Is that Fataggio? It is. And he is coming on. Ishmael, call me Ishmael.
Indeed.
And he's coming on for Preston Bittermo, who's had a good outing.
Yeah, he did well actually for the build-up to that second goal as well. He's been doing well on that left-hand side, holding the ball up well, and I'm sure that Pitardo will be certainly as good as that. And also the home side, the Suds have also got a sub on there. I think it's number 9 for number 20.
So Tower King coming on for the Suds. They've made 4. Kettering have made 3. Just Stefan Robson to go for the home side and Kai Williams for the Poppies. As
I've seen the commentary on the chat there is just now hang on in capital letters, exclamation mark. Let's see what happens. I might be able to build on it as they go around there. Yeshe's got the ball on the right-hand side. Checks back inside, plays it to Fifield. Fifield does a step over, 2-step over. Nobody to support him. Tries to get it into the box, but loses it. And it comes out to Lewis. Lewis has now got an opportunity to clip the ball forward, which he does for the substitute that's just come on recently here. But Mensah has him covered. But he's come inside. Lovely play, but that's going to go nowhere. And that's going out for a goal kick. So all to play for here in the 79th minute.
Indeed. And goal was a bit harsh on Sudbury, to be fair, but we'll take it. You have to take it.
Yeah, we'll take it anywhere it comes at the moment. A couple of scores from around the grounds. Harbour now 1-1 against third place Real Bedford. Spalding is still 2-1 down. Corn are winning 2-0. Helzowen are winning 2-1. Needham Market are winning 3-1. And Redditch are 1-1. So quite a few of the teams in front of us there are winning. But nevertheless, it's all about 3 points here today at the Amel Group Stadium. So let's see how we go.
Well, Lewis is breaking away for the home side. He's got the number 20 out there. That's Tower King, the new substitute. Come on, he's on the outside, goes one way, puts the ball in low. Mensah gets a foot to it. Needed to do that as Panther tries to get the clearance away. He does, but it comes off Lewis, and then Leaks tries to get there as well. But Rowe gets it to Jeshe, and then Fifield flicks the ball over and gets it to Coyle. Eventually, no, he doesn't. Intercepted. And Mensah just hoofs the ball down the middle towards Panther. He tries to flick it onto Jeshe. He wasn't offside. The hand goes up. Spending a lot of time in the air as the Kettering Tower Coyle is down. And Marcel Lewis is away here on this left-hand side. Coyle running with a limp at the moment. And a chance here for Lewis. The diminutive one. It's quite a handful. But Fataggio does well, beats him and comes away with the ball. He's got Panther on the right-hand side. Panther now is away. Jeshe's in the centre if you get the ball over, but it's still Panther looking for a hat-trick. He plays it on to the number 5 there. Peters will get a corner as Coyle goes down. He took a bit of a hammering on Tuesday, Coyle, and was looked like he was limping, but he ran that one off. We can't afford any players to go off injured. We haven't got anybody.
No.
So
nobody else left on the bench.
No. So it will be a corner into 82nd minute. 2-1 to Kettering. Listen to Poppy's TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, with myself, Paul Cook, and Head of Media, Doug Brown, bringing this coverage from AFC Sudbury in the heart of Suffolk. And Coyle trotting over gingerly to take this corner, just jumping up a little bit, trying to get the blood circulating in the leg.
Just waiting for Coyle to actually plant the ball. to take the corner.
So Panther making a bit of movement in there. They're going to have to watch him. Ball comes in, flicked on. There is Lewis, gets it back out to Coyle. Coyle takes a touch, puts the ball in towards that back post. Offside. And free kick to the home side. Taken quickly. It's out to Tower King. He finds Pearce. Pearce inside to Jolland. Back to Peters. He lumps the ball forward. Mensah's underneath this one. He wins that quite easily. Jolland intercepts going forward. Jolland cut out though, but the ball is with Fifield. And then it's lost by Fatajo on that far side. They retain the ball back to Jolland. Shock of red hair. He finds Leaks. Leaks tries a shot, and it comes off the hind quarters of Mensah. Can't believe it. It's gone for a corner. A non-entity shot that came really got a corner out of it. So they'll take anything at the moment. Over goes Lewis to take this. Kettering need to be resilient at the back, make sure their game management is correct. Sudbury then fighting for the equaliser. 84 minutes we're into. Coyle 10 foot away from the corner taker. Not much movement. In comes the corner. Headed out easily by Fatajo. Shot in by Pearce, and that goes high and wide, or low and wide, should I say. Cannons off the boards at the back. Goes for a goal kick. And
just a little bit of movement there on the Poppies bench. Looks like Kai Williams looks getting stripped off.
Only one left.
There's only one. Yeah, there is. There's only. I guess I'll take a wild guess who's coming on then. So.
Well, I think it'll be Williams coming on.
You do think so?
I think it might be Williams.
Well, I don't know. That's not being a betting man in this situation. I'll leave that to see what happens. And off comes with a brace today is Eddie Panther. Is wandering off and getting a rousing reception away to our right from the travelling Poppies fans, as indeed he should. He's run his heart out as he does every game for the shirt, and the 2 goals, even though the second one was actually fortuitous, he has to be there. He's got to be able to convert. He's been absolutely brilliant. He gets a high five from Liam McDonald there on the far side as Kai Williams comes on to the comes to the right hand side now, and we get a restart from Paul White.
85 minutes we're into, 5 to go, plus time added on as Fifield tries to get to the ball. It's going to be marshalled away, though, by Obigo. Galigbo, sorry. But throw-in taken, flicked on, cleared by Coyle, goes high towards Jeshe. He can't win that, but it does come off him. It's cleared by Jolland and then hoofed out wide as Rowe chases this down, and then well, there's the clonk on the stand. He was off balance as he cleared that one. And we are thrown to the Suds. Still time for them to get this equaliser. And as I say, Kettering gains management needs to be 100% to see this one out. Throw-in been taken by Tower King. Fatajo gets a foot in, but he only goes out to Charlie Lewis, the captain. He plays it out wide. Good touch there by Coyle towards Fifield. Fifield beats his man. Fifield over the halfway line. Still Fifield going. Beats Jolland. Jolland knows, got back at him. He's done well as Jolland. He stops Fifield. Then Fifield runs into trouble. Gets it back to Lewis. Lewis comes inside. A little flick through to Jeshe. Jeshe and loses the ball, but wins it back, gets it out to Blaine Rowe. Rowe back to Kai Williams. Williams' first touch. And then he gives the ball away to Lewis, and then he plays it off Kai Williams to get a throw-in as into the 87th minute here. Ditzmar gets the ball back to Peters, who finds the keeper. And he's back with the keeper. No, it's not. It's with Peters, who is in the 6-yard box. He plays it out wide to Tower King. He's under pressure from Williams, and he has to play it across the park, which he does. Plays it to Lewis, Charlie Lewis. And well won by Pearce, sending it out one way. Isaacson gets ahead to it, and in doing so, plays it on to the Sudbury player for throwing on that far side. And sun's still out here in sunny Suffolk. Apparently the weather's going to change tomorrow. Don't care, I shall be at home. Unless you're June, of course, in Australia, where it will no doubt be 35 degrees.
Again.
Yeah. Throwing been taken. And Mensah gets a head-on, a little flick on by Forsyth, but Sudbury in a dangerous position, but lose the ball to Lewis. He finds Williams. Williams threads the ball through to Patagio. Patagio now has got plenty of space on this right-hand side. Nobody in the middle at the moment, as Jolland can't do much with it. Then Patagio coming through. He might try one himself. Williams shoots. It's blocked. And it's back with Williams. And he beats Jolland to the ball. Williams might try one. He stumbles a bit, fires one in. Good save from the keeper at his near post. Pushes it around for a corner. Williams unlucky once again, as he was in that game a few games ago. He had 2 tremendous shots that didn't go in. I think it was at Bishop Stortford, and this is another great shot from Williams. This time, Coyne gets down well, palms it round for a corner as we enter the 89th minute.
We do indeed, and Kettering got another corner here on away to our right-hand side, which Lewis Coyle is jogging, I think, is probably in a fairly
he doesn't look up
way. He
doesn't look 100%, does he? Referee going over to sort of jostle him on a bit because the time is marching on.
I can't see how he can go any slower, though. To be fair,
no,
he gets over there.
Pretty good impression of a tortoise, wasn't it? But he's down by the corner flag now to take this corner, and in it comes near post, headed out and gets a goal. Isaacson near post, back header, 3-1, game, set, and match. 89 minutes. Kettering seal it.
I think that's. I think that'll be it now, and well deserved. Lovely flick on there from the pedestrian corner there from Coyle, but headed in just on the edge of the 6-yard box there from Isaacson, and that will do it. 3-1, Paul.
Yeah, I don't think in all the will in the world that it'll be a 3-3 draw. Lovely back header there, and now it's Isaacson to flick it in. And right at the right time. Kettering have the knack of getting goals in the 90th minute here. Last season, Pennant got the winner. And this is Kettering's largest victory over Sudbury. And remain unbeaten here. 3 games, 3 wins. And it plummets the Suds, unfortunately, into deeper problems down at the bottom of the table. 6 minutes of added time, so not over yet. As Isaacson steers the ball away, plays it to Tower King. Tower King comes inside, beats Williams with ease. Tower King threads the ball through. Well presented there by Jolland. Cross comes in as a chance here, and it still is a chance as Tower King can't stop that one from going out. That will be a goal kick. And so we're going to think about man of the match.
Well, that's going to be an interesting one, Paul, isn't it? I mean, I think there's been, I think probably it's a difficult one to call that, really, because there's been some good performances. Spencer's done well. He's been solid, I think, in the back four. Forsyth's not done too badly at all. As Patagio goes forward, plays it inside to Fifield, but the ball's kicked back into the arms of the keeper here as we're well into extra time. But yeah, it'll be a difficult one for the man of the match. I'd probably say Isaac. It can't be Paul White. He's hardly touched the ball apart from picking it out the goal for the penalty. It's a difficult one. I mean, certainly Isaacson, I would say, has had a very good game. Obviously,
Gave the penalty away though, didn't he?
Yeah, I
But,
suppose that's true, but he did score.
Panther run himself into the ground once again, as usual. Coyle's played well.
Yeah,
And as he puts that one into orbit and down to Norfolk, I think that
that
was
that one went for the coast. I think just for me, I had to be Panther just because he scored. He scored twice. He's taken the opportunities and he's run his heart out.
Yeah, we'll give it to Panther with special mention to Coyle and Isaacson.
Yes,
And as Mensah just sees that one go out of play, as some of the Kettering fans begin to leave, as some of the Sudbury fans do as well. They've seen their side slump to another defeat, unfortunately for them.
yeah, it's not good for them. A couple of scores just coming in here. So Spalding are now 3-2 up. They've come back from 2-1 down and done fantastically well. It's still 1-1 at Harborough with them against Real. Corner 2-0 up. Need a Market at 3-1 up, and Redditch are 1-1. Helzowen are losing at home 3-2. Worcester are winning 2-1, and then Kettering in 9th place at the moment as it stands, 3-1. So with Banbury losing and Leiston also losing ground, this will be a fairly good Saturday for Kettering.
Yeah, Banbury, one of those form teams, weren't they, as well, going into today's game. But thrown on the far side to Coyle as we're deep into time added on into the 4th minute of the 6th. Kettering 3-1 ahead. And it is Fifield wanted to get the ball, but the referee brings it back. Yeah, Spalding were 2-0 down apparently. And
2-0 and with a man sent off as well. Or 10 men have come back to 3-2. That's a good question.
Helzowen. So Helzowen with Cowley, who scores a lot of goals for them. But it is Coyle on the far side for the Poppies with this free kick, trying to find Fifield. And he has found him. He's being marshalled well, gets it to Lewis, back to Fifield, returns, beats his man. Fifield weaving inside, trying to get the ball over. He can. Nobody there to tap it in, though, and it goes out of play on the far side for the Suds throw-in. And be a nice journey back for the visiting fans. And on the team bus, we'll have a good laugh on the way back, as Mensah capping his debut with his side winning 3-1 as Fataggio and Jolland compete. Isaacson, who got the 3rd goal, gets the header in. It's headed back to the goalkeeper, Coyne. Bowls the ball out to Harvey Peters. Peters. Back to the keeper. Back to Peters. He sends it long for a chase, but there's Mensah towering above everybody. And Lewis trying to find Williams, but Jolland intercepts, gets it back to the keeper. And we're into the final minute of time added on here at the Elite Travel Stadium. And Kettering winning this encounter so far 3-1 as Pearce has been quite a threat all afternoon, comes away with the ball, gets it down to Lewis on the far side, intercepted by Kettering. Cleared by Lewis to Forsyth. Forsyth sends it out wide. It doesn't reach Fataggio, but poor work there from the Suds, and it arrives at Fifield. And then Jeshe does well. Going to set great ball there from Williams. Williams bearing down. He might shed a chance on target. Good save from the keeper. Nobody following up. A chance here for Williams. 4-1. Williams put it. It was Fataggio. Was it Fataggio?
No, Williams. I think it was Williams in the end.
Williams in the end. Fataggio had the shot. Williams powers it in from the Fataggio shot. 4-1. And it's made the afternoon even better for those Poppies fans that have travelled. And a bit of a calamity in the second half for the Suds. We played their part in this game, I have to say. And that was in the 96th minute that Kettering had the 4th goal. And that was Williams scored that or bit of discrepancy on the goal score if it was Williams or Fataggio. They're both in the same place, and there goes the whistle. It's 4-1. We'll clear that goal scorer up. But a superb win for Kettering. and Panther got 2 of those goals. Isaacson got 1, and we're not sure if it was Williams or Pataggio that got the final touch, but it ends here 4-1. So we'll try and bring you that.
We will indeed, but a good result, a really positive second half after a fairly lethargic first half for both sides, really. But Kettering will certainly full value for their 4-1 win here at Sudbury, and with the goals coming thick and fast. Panther went off, obviously, after the score, but Kai Williams got the 4th at the end, and a really good performance, given the fact it was a fairly threadbare squad. I think it was Williams at the end, but could have been wrong. Was it Williams? Yeah, we just checking that out.
Confirmed it was Williams. I also had it confirmed that the player and the ball for the penalty were out of play when the referee gave the penalty. So, but even so, it was a handsome 4-0 win for Kettering. The travelling fans applauding the Poppies. We'll try and get an interview with Liam, but from me and Doug, we'll see you on Tuesday along with Gary, and for the second leg of this European qualifier. But from Suffolk, we bid you farewell, and delighted with the scoreline here. Good night.